you can ask the question there, where has all these other lump sum amount of money gone to? Is it still in the treasury of the county, or has it been actually exhausted into somebody's pocket? I've not spoken a word, but for that, if that is important, then it's very, very important. Okay, let's see. The in charge of budget, Margaret Nyakango, COB, is now advising county government that recorded performance between 50% of their annual target to control budget commitments to avoid accumulating pending bills. So pending bills, Nyakango says now these are relevant. The people who should be getting to this particular, or should be working with the county government to see that the expenditure of the budget is seen into, and that the money is properly spent. Now the control of budget says that's another an initiative that should be taken into consideration with an immediate effect. Okay, so county government received additional conditional grants for up to shillings 1.2 billion as a conditional grant for financial locality led by climate action program, up to shillings 6.17 billion for the Nairobi agricultural value chain development. That has also been shown over there. So this is how poorly these counties did not use of their money. Now, county number one that has been given out of the total here to have not spent its money well is the capital city, Nairobi. So Johnson Sakaja should actually see into this same story and make it to the public and convince the public beyond reasonable doubt, ladies and gentlemen, that the money is spent, even if it is said to be 1.25 billion used out of 11.35, then you should be coming out to the public and say, no, these are the real expenditure of a county, and Nairobi, that is the capital city of the country, Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, the controller of budget, Margaret Nyakango, responds to a question from members of a devolution committee on Tuesday. So on this way, having realized that the money that was given to be spent between the financial year 2022-2023 hasn't been used well. Now Nyakango comes in to the public saying that the records that she has, according to the analysis that she has already been fitted with, is what has been stipulated here, and that is where Nairobi becomes number one to have used or spent its money very poorly. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just on page number 4. Let's see what's trending on page number 5 of the People Daily. Because of time, in a short while I'll be getting to a commercial break, but before then, let me see what's here on page number 5. On page number 5 is still about the expenditure of the allocation of funds due to the financial year 2022-2023, whereby poor show as devolved units record meagre collection. Now, Kericho, Nyandarua, Machakos, and Lamu County governments collected the lowest amount of revenue against their set target during the first 9 months of the current financial year. So that has also been shown. So we are told that in Kericho County, Nyandarua County, Machakos County, and the Lamu County governments have collected the lowest amount of money depending or with consideration to what their targets were prior. That has also been shown over here on this page number 5. So a report by the controller of budget, Margaret Nyakango, for the period shows that Kericho County government headed by Governor Eric Mutai collected only 30.8% of its set target, while Nyandarua County government headed by Moses Kiarie Rabisha could only manage up to 27.1% of its target. So that is social minister. I'm just giving you a brief as I get forth. Okay, let me see what's yet on the page number 5 on the right hand side. There's a pictorial here, and it, you can have a look at it at the back screen, whereby a multi-agency team officers retrieve bodies recovered in graves at Shakahola Forest in Kilifi County on Monday. So the Shakahola story, ladies and gentlemen, is still ongoing, whereby up to now we are told that the multi-agency team officers still are on action, and they are continuing retrieving bodies from that particular forest, ladies and gentlemen. That has also been shown over there, whereby more bodies excavated in Shakahola in Kilifi County. That's the Helb. So we are told here that death toll up to now at 436 as more bodies are discovered in Shakahola Forest. Agencies resume exercise. Now the exercise has now resumed, ladies and gentlemen, and now we are told now the death toll has risen to 436 as more bodies are still being discovered in the forest. So you can imagine how long it has been taken and how many bodies have been retrieved from the same forest, which is very touching. So on the same here, we are told that 7 bodies of suspects, followers of cult leaders Paul Mackenzie of Good News International Church, were yesterday exhumed from the vast Shakahola Forest in Kilifi County following the reception of the 5th phase of recovery exercise. So it has been now realized that there are several bodies, and now that this Shakahola ground in Kilifi is a vast area that needs a lot of consideration with the retrieving of the bodies. And now that about 436 bodies have been retrieved and discovered and taken out of the forest, a number of other bodies are still believed to be in that particular forest, ladies and gentlemen. So the chief governor, pathologist Johnson Oduor, confirmed that 50 graves have been identified and mapped for his last phase of the exercise. You can imagine. This is coming to you through the BTV Kenya, your home live TV, whereby the exhaustion of the bodies retrieving in Shakahola has now gone up to 50%, and we are told that the 50 graves as of now are still on stage. They have not been worked upon, and in each and every grave, ladies and gentlemen, we actually do not know how many bodies would be retrieved from in there. Prior, we had actually experienced whereby in one grave 3 and even more bodies would have been taken out of a particular. So now that they are 15, just have a simple arithmetic whereby take for instance 3 bodies retrieved from the same grave. How many will 50 graves retrieve? You can imagine. So that is that on the same page. In his own words, as the chief government pathologist Johnson Oduor, he said that we have identified 3 graves. In them, we have been able to exhume 7 bodies. 1 grave has 4 bodies. I told you prior, 1 grave has 4 bodies, while the other 3 had 1 each. So the exercise will go on until we finish up the exercise. So we also identified about 50 more graves that we are going to work on, he said. So he said graves were identified early because of the loose soil after the big rains was realized within the country. So the loose soil helps us identify the graves. The exercise will go on as the government help in identifying the bodies through a DNA process. Mackenzie and his 93 followers, including including his wife, were facing multiple charges, including terrorism, radicalization, murder, child cruelty, and others at the Shimo, Latewa, and Malindi law courts. Ladies and gentlemen, you can imagine how sad it is at times when you go through all this experience that is so touching. So you can see from a pictorial over there, whereby the officers are on action. So you're told that Shakahola bodies found. So the first bodies were discovered in April 2023 in Shakahola forest, leading to the arrest of Pastor Paul Mackenzie, who is alleged to have led his followers to starve themselves to death in order to meet Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, you can just imagine, you starve to death with that intention to meet Jesus Christ. I do not know whether this was actually shown in the Bible when you read from Genesis to Revelation. But again, God knows where He will put all this. Let me get to DNA, the last bit of it, and then I get to a commercial break. On the DNA samples that were found is that Odor, the chief government pathologist, urged the public to recuperate and allow a collection of their DNA sample that should they suspect that a missing person known to them was a victim of the same circumstances. So if you happen to be a member, you have lost your loved one, your parent, your child, any person within the family, the DNA is now the first priority that's going to be taken into consideration, ladies and gentlemen, to actually support the authorities in charge to identify these bodies, such that when that burial time comes, then the owners of these particular bodies have been identified and they are known. As we proceed forth, in their own words, they said, this will enable us to match and identify the bodies efficiently. So the biggest challenge we are facing is people are not coming up to take their DNA, hindering our efforts to cross-check with the bodies we have at the mortuary. So just during 2023 September, there's a lady who came in the public domain and said that her child was victimized in the same when he joined that particular church under a Pastor Paul Mackenzie and starved to death. Later on, less did she know that several others joined this boy to the same. When DNA was carried out, then 3 other members of the same category were found, and they numbered up to 4. It was so sad. Listen, gentlemen, you happen to lose your loved one, get to at this particular moment and a DNA test be carried out. Ladies and gentlemen, if not so, then let me call upon a moment of at least a little cup of water. Then I'll be back in a short while. Thank you for having me, and wait for a continuation.
Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics. Quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics. Quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics. Quality you can trust.
Okay, thank you. After a sip of cold water, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back here for you and with you to the last bit of the session, whereby I'm going to call upon you to rescan your TV at the Blackman TV, your home live TV. Catch your favorite from the English service TV and more formative orientation. Ladies and gentlemen, we were in the process of talking about how the trailings within the country are. Still here with me is about the donors to form a task force to harness funds absorption. We can have a pictorial on this page number 5, whereby His Excellency the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua alongside other officers over here, whereby we are told Deputy Rigathi Gachagua with the Development Partnership Forum co-chairs United States Resident Coordinator Stephen Jackson and Ambassador of Germany to Kenya Sebastian and at the official residence in Nairobi. So that is one of the stories that have been shown over here. About the same is that the government and development partners have agreed to form a task force to look into hastening absorption of donor funds allocated various programs across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, and as we are talking about this, they will also work on enhancing the country's reliance against negative effects of climate change and other challenges hampering the national social economic growth. So that is why you find that Kenya, through the government, Kenya Kwanza, are trying to find out the business partners from the outside country, and now that they get into the same in the progress of the social development, political development, and economic activities. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua yesterday said that the formula of the task force is part of a step being taken by the Kenya Kwanza administration to enhance government's collaboration with development partners, accelerate socio-economic growth. In his own words, he spoke saying, "We encourage continuous engagement with our development partners. President Ruto administration moderation is a continuous and engagement with our partners, and so far it has worked very well for us. We have removed the bottlenecks that frustrated our engagement. The President has spelled out the need to lessen the bureaucracy and red tape so that we can make progress in our partnership," said Gachagua. So the Gachagua in this way says that they work in partnership, himself and His Excellency the President William Samoei Ruto, to see that the country is not only benefiting from its own products, but also from the outside engagement, whereby social amenities, economic and development is seen into. Ladies and gentlemen, that is also on that page number 5 of the People Daily. As we proceed forth, I'm seeing minutes becoming very, very few. I want to see what's over here on page number 6 of 7. So on page number 6 of 7, a number of other issues are talked about, whereby varsity funding, needy students are great gainers. So needy students be given the first priority, ladies and gentlemen, whereby we find it cultivated, we're giving the first priority to actually get what the government actually gives for them. So the government asked to issue new admission letters to students detailing amount householding should pay. That has also been shown over here. So the government has revised the way of funds university education and students from low income families are very top beneficiaries. So all those that are having the first priority according to this newspaper is that the students that are needy are the ones that are given the first priority to be the first beneficiaries of this tragedy. Well, let's see what's going on here. It has been said that students at the bottom of the socio-economic scale would enjoy government financing of up to 95% under the new funding model, while those from households will have an income of more than 120,000 will get up to 60% of the total amount subsequently. Those whose income ranges between 5,995 and the shillings 23,670 classified under band 2 will enjoy 90% funding, and those will with up to 23,671 to shillings 70,000 under the band 3 will enjoy 80% of the total. Ladies and gentlemen, we are told over here that the administration letters are going to be officially issued to these particular members that will get this first priority. I want to say into the same with you over here, ladies and gentlemen, as you are also waiting forth to see if your point of verdict or your perspective on the Helb loan as far as the delivery is concerned. About the administration or the admission letters. About this admission letters is that those in band 2 will access 60% in scholarship funds and 30% in loans, meaning their families will only cover the remaining 10%, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, students in band 3 will be funded to the tune of up to 50% of the cost is scholarship and 30% in loans, leaving their families to cater for 20%, ladies and gentlemen. That has also been shown over here. But most importantly, there is an area here that we want us to see into, whereby what others said is also talked about here. So Kibera MP Peter Orero called the new funding model the strongest formula he had overseen, saying it is more theoretical than practical. Okay, so we also have Kitutuma Saba MP Cliff Gisairo, who said that thought the model aimed to help the most vulnerable. It is doing the opposite. So those critics are all here. As we continue, Marakwet East MP Kipchumba Toroi teacher said that sought to know whether Kenya rushed to come up with the model, or that the articulation was not properly checked into before it was put into the public domain, because the formula that is currently used is not as per the constitution of Kenya. So those are some of the critics that have come alongside the loan help. Ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed to the second bit of page number 6 of 7, is that Kenya German University to set up unique road safety center. So this is a pictorial that has been shown on the left hand side. You can see it from the back screen, whereby each and every information that we have over here is shown. I also see that as road accidents increase across Kenya, orphaned children and depriving families of their bereaved ones says now it's time for them to be checked upon, so that at least they get their right. That has also been shown over there. So you can have it and read it for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see what's there on page number 7 of 8. We see what is on page 7 of 8. When you look at this page 7 of 8. Okay, this ones have been seen by me. Let me see page 10 of 11. On page 10 of 11 of the People Daily, ladies and gentlemen, there are a number of stories that have been talked about here, whereby, among others, is that to protect economy, rethink clinker levy. So that's a story that is here, whereby we are told a new levy on a clinker, a critical raw material used in cement manufacturing, is hurting local manufacturers and could have significant repercussions for Kenya's economy, particularly in the housing sector. So, introduced in 2023, ladies and gentlemen, the Export and the Investment Promotion Levy has led to a marked reduction in clinker import and other essential material like iron and steel, which could result into higher corruption cost for Kenyans. So that has also been shown over here. On the same page, you can see there is a cartoon. There are cartoons that have been drawn over here. When you look at the cartoons, this one, somebody, okay, there's somebody at the back. It's a Mount Kenya politician, and is trying to look forth into what may be happening. And being that this cartoon is very fat, there's another thin cartoon that is carrying him up to elevate to an angle to see what's happening at the far end, which is 2027 polls. This cartoon is fantastic. You can have it and see it from the back screen, ladies and gentlemen. There's something, this is a very interesting story here. The Mount Kenya politicians now, they don't actually see into the current politics, and that the Kenya Kwanza government is comfortably holding them. They are looking forth, and they say from the cartoon there that be strong, there is hope, when they're looking at the 2032 succession over the 2027 polls. So you can have more and more read by yourselves. So Deputy President antics place him in a league with the lesser men. That's a story that is here. So after the advent of pluralist politics in December 1991, President Moi was able to rule the nation for 2 5-year terms with much political support of the populous Kikuyu and Luo tribes. So Kikuyu and Luo tribes, during the reign of His Excellency the second President Moi, was that the Kikuyus and the Luos were the main target of the Kenyan politics. And that is the story here. So beginning 1991, it was in the public domain that they are the owners of politics within the country. So when Mwai Kibaki was president, he reigned in his second term with dismal the election backing of the Luo, Kalenjin and Kamba ethics. So it was again Luo, Kalenjin and Kamba ethnic groups. So now Kibaki brought the three, but I'm not seeing Kikuyu here. We only have Kalenjin, Kamba and the Luos. So still during Mwai Kibaki, the three ethnic extraction languages were here except the Kikuyu. The story says, in his 2 terms as the 4th president, Uhuru Kenyatta ruled without sizable political support of Luo, Kamba and most of the Luhya and coastal communities. President William Ruto rose to power with very little electoral votes for the Luo, Kamba, coast communities and the Abagusi. So that's point blank, ladies and gentlemen, about politics, and it's very interesting. So that has also been shown over here. So as we proceed with the same, ladies and gentlemen, because of time, I'm calling upon the immediate regime of a halt to see what is here. In a minute or so, I'm going to stop or come to an end of the program. I'm going to call upon what's going on in the short while, whereby the Environment Day to focus on land restoration theme that has also been shown over here. So when we talk about land restoration, need to leverage green growth through establishing quality training center and skilled workers. This is also shown here, whereby United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres is here and is saying that food is life and water is life. Without those two precious natural elements, humanity would have not existed. And he says that food and water security are the most important components of human existence within the country. So as the community of nations prepares to mark a World Environment Day today, humanity must take note on the grim warning issued by United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. And in his own words, he said that humanity depends on land, yet all over the world a toxic cocktail of pollution, climate chaos, and biodiversity dissemination, and turning healthlands into deserts, and thriving ecosystem into decades and dead ozones. So this is also talked about by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Now, in his own words, he said that humanity depends on land, yet all over the world a toxic cocktail of pollution, climate chaos, and biodiversity decimation are turning lands into deserts and a thriving ecosystem. Remember today, ladies and gentlemen, a moment of agriculture investments is going to be seen into. The minimum score is going to be seen into, where the 2024 is considered and with a relation to the 2020 biennial review out of the 49 counties, ladies and gentlemen. And if not so, because of time, I'll call upon a break, then I'll come to my last realization on 1-on-2 basis, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital.